running live, but...
What's running live?
It's giving me time code up there.
6:34.
Are we live?
But... it's...
Oh! Where's my schmoob?
Alright, I think you're live.
Joe, you got your phone up? Can we put your phone up?
Yeah.
How's the audio?
I think we're live.
Dude, my phone sucks. What the fuck
What's
is
this?
What up?
That's what we were waiting for.
Waiting for Homebrew for live?
Here we go. Yeah.
Are we live?
I guess, yeah.
Are we ugly? Are we still ugly?
Says you're live. You sound good.
We sound okay?
I said, sup.
What's up? All right, we're cooking with grease. Hey, let's get your phone going. Yeah, because we can't just be staring at our phones. We got to put them up here. We're trying to keep up. Look, no, we can't.
Okay. Will that work? Oh.
Does that work?
I flicked that out just...
Welcome to the Brajcast. What was that, 45 minutes of technical difficulties?
Oh my god.
So we got the XLR. We've got our XLR, but we don't have our camera anymore. So we're doing a shitty USB thing. But the show's got to go on. Sorry we're late to the table. Hope everyone's well.
It sounds perfect.
It sounds perfect?
Yeah.
Between two Braj lords.
Yeah? Is that what you start calling the podcast?
What?
That's what you start calling the podcast?
Yeah, me and you.
Yeah. Alright.
Hope everyone's doing well. We're back. It's been a month.
It's been a month already.
I think we took a month off.
Oh my god.
And as long as I clean all this stuff up, my girlfriend will keep letting me do this stuff. So I'm going back to work tomorrow. I got to kick you guys out here about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Shout out to Britta.
Shout out to Britta. She'll be home in a little bit. Shout out to everyone who's watching the video. I don't see the chat on the phone, but we got some things to talk about today.
Yeah. Absolutely. We
had the worst, hardest, most difficult video to make with that sour milkshake hazy IPA. You're drinking it right now?
Oh yeah, it's good.
If anybody takes anything from Homebrew for life, are we getting trolled?
It says there's a delay. I don't see a delay, but they're saying there's a delay.
They're saying there's a delay. Well, then there's a delay. Do you want to try it in OBS? If there's anybody can take anything from Homebrew for life to take away from Homebrew for life, when you're dealing with a kegerator, use 10 feet of beer line. I only had 5 when I caked the beer off.
Yeah.
And you just waste so much. Shut all these doors, man. It's so goddamn loud.
Is it foam? And foam just pours out?
Yeah.
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 I think I might have that.
I wasted a ton of fucking beer.
Really?
Wasted a ton of fuck. You gotta use 10 feet. I only had 5 feet, and you're just gonna waste so much beer, and you've got to go to your corny keg, and you've got to purge it out or to get good pours. And I wasted a lot of beer. Always have 10 feet of beer line. Even though you don't need it, you can connect it with like 4, 5, or 6. Generally I do 6, 7, or 8, but just go with 10. And homebrewers pour the best beer. Yeah. Because we only do 5-gallon batches. Like when fuck no. I work at breweries and I work with these girls and they're just like cranking out these growlers and wasting so much beer. Wow. It's all bad. How's the delay?
I fixed it, but anyway, we can get into that later.
What happened?
It's fine now.
Should we set up the good camera now?
It's fine now. We could probably use it in the next one.
What happened?
It's not showing, so that when we do the delay, like it's not showing it on here, but it's actually working.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I guarantee you.
OBS fucking sucks.
OBS does suck. It's free. I guarantee you by next Monday we'll have everything figured out. Yeah. I thought I could do it in like 2 or 3 hours today and everything was just a headache. It's way easier than making a YouTube video, but once you get it done, that's just it. Shout out to our sponsor, Anvil. Babs, you want to click on that? They're going to get some love. It should show up here. They're sponsoring this video. I don't know if that's good or bad. We're going to say anything that they're not going to like.
No, they got great products.
They have great products, and they fit Homebrew for life really good because I'm more of like a Jimmy rigger than like a recipe development guy. Right. I'm not going to name names, but we've reached out to other more expensive breweries in the past after Anvil. Yeah. And we kind of thought about it, and we're like, we make all this DIY shit. And then do we really want to like have a $600 fermenter? That's not really like the Homebrew for life way. Like we're sticking with Anvil. Mm-hmm. There you go. 10 seconds of Anvil up. See, we're learning. We're figuring this shit out. What's up?
Oh yeah,
Give me another shout out.
absolutely. No, Anvil are great. I remember you talking about Anvil. Went and bought their fermenters.
That's a good beer.
Went and bought their cooling systems as well for fermentation.
Anvil rips for the price tag.
They're really good. Yeah.
They're our dudes. They sponsor the video. Next week we're gonna have Starbucks and Victoria's Secret maybe sponsor. No.
Yeah, no.
All right. So what happened? Beer lines. If there's anything you guys take from
Don't hit the table.
Sorry. If there's anything you guys take from Homebrew for Life, 10-foot beer lines in all your keezers, all your keg raters, not your keezers, your chest fridges.
Chest fridges.
What am I talking about?
Keezers. Keezers or chest fridges.
Yeah, like
You want 10 feet in a keezer?
Yeah,
Yeah?
10 feet every
that
time.
it?
Is that it? It seems a lot.
But
10
no,
feet.
I'm amazed because I only have like 4 or 5 foot in my fridge.
10 feet
And I'm
will give you
always
the perfect
getting-
pour. It'll
Really?
give you the perfect pour.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I shit you not. I've
Next
said a lot
week?
of bullshit in my life, but this isn't one of them.
Next
We
week.
just had like 45 minutes of hell on earth. We literally just, everyone's watching YouTube videos in a different room, trying to get this thing going, and we can finally chill out. And if any people ask me questions when I'm in the zone and I don't even hear it, so if there's something that you were saying to me or something,
You're good, mate.
do it off the podcast or something.
Okay. You're good.
It was a difficult video. Gina's called us out. I'm so glad we're never going to do a kettle sour ever again.
Yeah.
Not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube?
Not for a while.
No? Okay.
The last one we did was the Genius Brewing one, but Babs, remember like a month ago when we were supposed to do it and then the electricity went out?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then next week it was 90 degrees and I was a dumbass and I grained my I milled my grains twice.
Yeah.
So it took forever to sparge. And you pull up the
So
foundry
just
thing.
thick, yeah.
Dude, it was like concrete, like mud
jeez.
butt.
Really?
And I had dinner with my dad and his girlfriend, and we had like a nice reservations down at PC Pacific Coast Grill.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I can't make it to dinner. And they were just like chewed me out. They're like, you piece of shit. We've been having reservations all week. And I was like, all right, So I put it in the garage for dinner, and I came back, and I was out there like bringing to boil for 5 minutes and knocking out at like 1 a.m.
Man.
And then you guys came over on Sunday and we shot the video. The video,
Yeah.
the beer turned out really good. I was really worried about it. This was the most expensive beer we've ever done. Usually we could do like a 5-gallon batch for like $25 or $30. This was $100. Shout out to Booze Brothers and Vista for giving me the fruit, the raspberries, and the vanilla beans, which actually aren't as expensive as I thought.
Oh, really?
They're cheaper on Amazon. So maybe not $100. Genius Brewing, you guys are devils. Trash can turkey. Trash can turkey. Hottest day of the year. What do we have written down? Grain to glass will burn you out. I want to give a shout out to there's a YouTube channel called The Brew Show, which is good. I'll talk about later. Babs, keep us posted on the time too, because I do want to treat this podcast as like a forum. Like if people just, even though we're not,
Donation.
did we?
Oh.
Like if,
Hell brews.
Oh.
that's our
Is that in
that's
Mexico?
our-
Mexican, yeah.
Yeah, like if you guys want to, I mean, don't spam the chat with like your Instagram accounts if it's just selfies and stuff. But if you guys have any questions, we're not looking at the chat. We'll pay more attention to it at the end. But I think you could, on Instagram, we get like 4 or 5 questions a day and stuff. And I just can't get back. If it was one question a day, it'd be easier to write back. But sometimes it can open like an endless floodgate. Sometimes I write back to people and they don't even like respond or say thank you. They probably
Really?
don't even brew anymore, So if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat.
Dude, let me know when you want to answer some too, because there is one.
Yeah, go for it.
Let us know.
Shannon asks, will the kegs touching the inside of the keezer wall cause foaming due to potential freezing of the keg?
I've never heard of that, so I would say no, but I don't know.
No.
I don't see why it would. The biggest thing with foaming is the beer line. Short beer line will give you foam. Foam means you're wasting beers. Generally, I think back in the day I used to buy them and it'd be 10 feet and I'd cut them in half and use them for 2. Don't do that. No. They come in 10 feet, Amazon, put them on each beer line. Good question. grain to glass will burn you out. We get a lot of requests of people want to see German Pilsners or Porters or something like that. There's going to be less grain to glass videos. I was talking to Peter about this today from Genus Brewing. I don't know if he's in the chat, but we were talking about how grain to glass videos burn you out because it's pretty much the same video over and over.
Yeah.
Like we already did Creamsicle IPA, Orange Creamsicle. And it's pretty much the same video as what we did last week, but we soured it. So it's like we just do like 2 more shots.
Okay.
So if you're doing grain to glass videos, you're pretty much shooting all the you're chilling, you're mashing in, you're getting to boil, you're hanging out with friends, you're doing kooky B-roll. And not only that, if you're doing grain to glass and you're not lying and you're actually doing it, it's going to take forever to turn out a video because you have to deal with fermentation.
Right, and you get like a 2-week, 1 week, 3 week, yeah.
The only thing more difficult than doing a homebrew channel would probably be doing like a wine channel. Like, all right, 6 videos out in like 3 years, or like, we're gonna sell it for 3 years. But
I don't think I've ever seen a wine channel before. Have you?
Well, it's not like you're consistently doing tutorials on wine. It's probably more of like a showcase thing. And
that's true.
So I see a lot of people doing YouTube channels, and my advice is to do less grain to glass videos. Am I still hitting the table?
Yeah.
Do less grain to glass videos and focus more on like DIY hack stuff or just methods that you use. You can get the video out that day. You don't have to wait 2 weeks. You don't have to shoot the same stuff over and over and over and over. That's my advice because it's just easy to burn out. That's what me and Peter from Genus were talking about earlier this morning. And we're talking about doing more food. We're doing schnitzel. I want to get back into like beer battered lobster tacos. Beer battered schnitzel. He's got the Austrian culinary vibe back there.
Nice.
I love Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah.
I love doing the food videos the best. They get the least amount of shine. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, maybe one more grain to glass video by the end of the year. Before the end of the year.
Imperial stout.
No, I want to do like smoked trout lager.
Trout lager?
Yeah, have you ever had a smoked fish beer?
I can't say I have.
It's good.
No.
Yeah. Beer Advocate versus Untapped. I wanted to do a video on that because I thought Beer Advocate had way more credibility than Untapped.
Why do you say that?
Because if you look at Untapped, if you look at like the top IPAs, it's like 5 of the same brewery, but they are a big brewery. I don't know what they're called. Somebody help me out. Look it up. It's on the East Coast. And then if you look at Beer Advocate, it's like their top 25 most popular IPAs are like Society Pupil or Eddie Topper or Pliny the Elder. Or
I just looked up Beer Advocate before we came on, and
this makes more sense to me.
And it was on Beer Advocate, and it was for the top 250 IPAs. The top one was Alpine.
That's what we're drinking. That's what I'm drinking.
Yeah. So I don't know. How do they base that? Is that voting?
Yeah.
So
People
it's
vote.
voting
It's
by
like
just...
Yeah, it's out of 5 scores. Yeah.
Really?
But the thing about that is that are those the best beers in the world? It's impossible to say because those are the beers that have just the biggest distribution chains, right? Like if you go to the mom and pops and stuff,
right?
This guy on the corner or whatever, he could have, the best beer in the world, but he's never going to have his beer in all 50 states.
So yeah.
So is that Beer Advocate stuff a reliable source for beer you have access to? Sure. Is it the best beer in the world?
Maybe
beer is art. Art is subjective.
That's true.
I'm not big on like the rating system stuff.
I don't really look at it. I just look at it to find if I want to do a recipe.
Yeah.
And someone has a clone or something, try it out, right? Yeah. So like I know that there's one I want to do. It's the Punk. Is it the Punk IPA from the UK?
Never heard of it.
No. That's really, really popular over there.
Punk IPA?
I think it's called Punk IPA, yeah.
Can you get it in San Diego?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried looking for it. I haven't seen it. And it's really, really popular. It's won a number of awards over in the United Kingdom and from England. Yeah. And I kind of would like to Try that. I think you can buy it on the East Coast. I don't know if you can buy it on the West Coast.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
I've always said if a beer tastes like how it's described, it's a good beer.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Culver, hit the table.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But every time you hit it, they hear it.
Like if you go to Culver Brewery, most breweries have 8 to 12 beers on tap, and they just have 3 words. It's just light, lager, tropical,
Yeah.
dark, heavy, smoked fish. It's like you just need 3 words to describe the beer, and if it tastes like that, it's a good beer. This whole number one and
Well, it depends, all right? A lot of breweries have... It depends. Like, if you think of, say, here in...
beer.
Oh, you want another beer already? You're already up? What do you want? Coronado?
Yeah. What is that?
Coronado? Hazy?
Leisure Lagoon. Sorry, what were you saying? About the
It
rating
depends.
systems and the politics in beer?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, as you said, you could have something like Stone or Coronado or Culver or Booze Brothers. They might have a beer that they can't get on the East Coast or in Europe or in Australia.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you look at Beer Advocate or Untapped, these are the most popular beers you have access to.
Right.
They have distribution chains. That's the bottom line. I'm going to talk about how I'm going to make $1 million in a little bit. But there's a lot of weird things with that because there's some bottle shops and stuff that won't carry a certain beer if it has less than 4.5 or something. But
Really?
a lot of because when I pour beer, people come in and I hate it, and I'll pour them a beer, I give them a beer, and then they're immediately going on Untapped or Beer Advocate, and I know what they're doing.
They just kind of like Yelp or something like that, where they
And then you read that
this sucks or whatever.
Yeah, oh, they didn't say hello to me at the door, and the food truck didn't have a vegan option, so I give them a 3 out. The beer was great, but they didn't, kiss my ass, so I give them a 3 out of 5. And it's like, what does a food truck or not allowing your dog to come in have to do with the beer?
Well, it's like
So now you're gonna give them a bad thing, and now a bottle shop down the street's not going to pick you up.
One pub or bar might have a certain beer, and they might not have looked after the keg, and then they pour it and they hand it out, and it will taste different to the pub down the street.
I don't do any Yelp. No. I tell my friends this beer is good, this burrito sucks, but I'm never going to go on a review board, Google Reviews, Yelp, to potentially negate somebody from their livelihood.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless it was like
that bad,
a construction thing, and someone really fucked your house up, or you asked for a pool and they built you a pergola or something, and it's just all bad. We went out to dinner the other night. I don't even want to say it, man. I want to talk about it last. Number 6 right here, though. Should we just say it?
Yeah, go on.
Sober October, Babs?
That's next month.
Yeah, but what about
So?
Oktoberfest?
I know, I'm just saying.
When's Oktoberfest?
Well, in Germany, it's right now. But
Is Oktoberfest on right now?
well, it's like an end of September usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, I try to do a sober month. I've been doing it for the last 10 years, and I've made it a couple times. I'm into it. We could just start it and see, who filters out, who makes it the longest or something, and
Who makes the best Oktoberfest beer?
Well, I don't know, but
in the chat, best Oktoberfest beer.
But for Sober October, I think we're gonna start to do it. He put it in my head.
Yeah.
My girlfriend will do it without even thinking about it. I talked to Donnie about it last night. He doesn't want to do it. I'll last 48
Really?
seconds. Yeah. But I'm into it because we always do the Carlsbad Marathon or half marathon, which is in January. So it's a good time of the year to start.
It said it's dry July in Australia.
Dry July.
Nick, that's what Nick said.
It's a good time to get less fat, and so I don't look
Right.
so goddamn gross. My girlfriend has to have sex with me. We'll see. Sober October. We went out to dinner the other night. We were talking about how to make it as a brewery.
Yeah.
How to make it as not how to make it as a brewery. How to make it maybe as a brewery, but more so distribution. And we were on the same page with all you need is one beer. And if you,
one beer.
And I don't know where you guys are in the world, but if you think of the big San Diego breweries that
if you
branched
think of
out, they all had one beer that did it. Even Mother Earth, Cali Creamin'.
Right.
Or
it doesn't matter where you are, though.
It doesn't matter where you are, what style of beer it is either.
Right.
Belching Beaver. What was
Milk
it? Peanut butter stout.
Yep.
Blew them up.
Yeah,
Blew 'em up.
That's their ticket, right?
Stone.
Stone.
What was there? Just
IPA.
Double bastard.
Arrogant bastard. Yeah.
Latitude 33. They had a blood orange IPA.
So
they don't
good.
even have tasting rooms.
Don't they?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
But they have that one beer, and now
Right.
it's probably available in all 50 states.
really?
So you go into, like we were talking about earlier, if you go into breweries, they've got 10 to 12 things on there. Obviously, everything doesn't sell as good. You've got your your bigger punchers of what sales, and it's like,
Well, yeah.
take that one beer and just market the shit out of it.
Well, that's it. It just takes one beer. It just
one
takes
beer.
one beer. Think of Russian River Brewing Company.
That's a good.
Think about it right now and think if you're a home brewer, you love beer. You're in the States. Actually, a lot of places, a lot of people different around the world will go to Russian River just for, I think it's February for Pliny the Younger. It used to be Pliny the Elder, and they would only have it for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Want a little splash?
Yeah, I'll take the splash.
Well, even you.
But I mean, that was what they built their house on,
Yeah, but going.
So-
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was the worst pour ever. Take a swig.
First time?
Yeah, and last. But I would say even Ballast Point was Sculpin. Like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't know that Sculpin's an IPA or what style it is.
Right.
But she would know what Sculpin is.
Right.
And I mean, when Sculpin was at its peak, remember they were coming out with like grapefruit Sculpin and
Yeah.
habanero Sculpin and
Well, I'll tell you
watermelon Sculpin,
this. Pineapple.
pineapple Sculpin,
Pineapple, yeah.
and they blew up.
Well, I'll tell you this. I grew up in Australia. I didn't have any IPAs. Traveled around the world. Finally made it into... I lived in Vegas for 6 years.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Might be an douchebag. bag.
No, you're good.
This is Trevor. I don't know if you guys... He's kind of new to the party. He's been hanging out with us, and he's from Australia. He been involved in the last like 4 or 5 videos.
Yeah.
We're actually neighbors. We met through the channel, and we had a man date a couple months ago, and we had him on. And I think you've been a part of like the last 3 or 4 videos.
Yeah.
Lives in Oceanside.
Yeah, yeah.
Same age. Got into homebrewing about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And
Built a bar in my garage when COVID started.
your garage is cool as hell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't have any IPAs. I moved to Vegas, then moved to San Diego, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, try this IPA."
Yeah.
I'm like, "It tastes
Tastes
like
like
rocks in
soap.
my mouth."
Yeah.
And then he gave me the grapefruit sculpin. It took a few. That was how I associated with IPAs.
Yeah.
And now I'll drink all of the IPAs.
I don't even see the grapefruit Sculpin and all that stuff anymore.
Oh, I see it at all the bottle shops everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
But back to what we were saying, we were just talking about just having that one beer. Like, take your biggest seller and just forge ahead with that.
Yeah. I think that's how you make your name, right?
Well, it's just tough now. I mean, you were asking me the other day, you're like, we should open up a brewery. You sent me that 5-barrel system. And I would never open up a brewery in San Diego, and I would never open up a business in California.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want to go to, Mexico or wherever that beach was in Shawshank Redemption at the end, I'm down there. But it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough owning a business in California right now.
Yeah. I think so too. A lot of businesses are leaving California. All different industries.
Minimum wage is like $15. It's very high. I don't know how owners make money. I mean, if you can, flip burgers now and make $15 an hour, how the hell are you supposed to make money as an owner? I mean,
You charge for it, right? You factor it into your cost.
it's just high. It's
Yeah.
just high. And anytime this year, if the wrong politician sneezes, they're going to shut your business down for a couple months. So, and they're still opening up breweries in San Diego. People are still opening up.
How many are going bust compared to how many opening? That's always a good question.
I don't know.
What do you think? North County here, San Diego, you had Mother Earth, they just left.
They lost their tasting room.
Yeah.
Like Latitude.
Like Latitude.
Latitude.
As well. They still
What
have.
was on the corner right there with Sycamore and Melrose? Iron Fist.
Oh, they were gone before. Or was it right when COVID?
I mean, there's a lot of businesses that just break even
Right.
Yeah.
before COVID.
So, for people who are watching though, how many breweries in your area since COVID started have closed the doors?
If I were to open up a brewery, I would do it in Mexico. I would
Yeah?
move to like Costa Rica or Mexico.
Guadalupe did that.
He did what?
He had a brewery down there.
He did?
Yeah.
Sick invite, Braj.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I'm not going to open up a brewery with you.
No.
We can hang out and make bullshit dick off YouTube videos at my house, in my shit box over here.
We'll probably still be married and still have our missus. Yeah.
Me or you?
You and me.
I hope.
Yeah.
Feels good in here though. Outside of the $50 Logitech webcam mic we're using, we're okay on light.
Kevin's giving us shit on the focus.
Oh,
Kevin
he is?
Clubbit. You should do
I
a
don't
video
have control,
tour of his
Kevin.
garage. Neo Detective start downloading when you plug in USB. That didn't happen. Dude, no more YouTube tutorials on Windows 10 shit forever.
You got Windows 10?
Well, whatever the hell we...
I'm still stuck on 95, dude.
Yeah, eventually this thing will get going. I want to do like video game nights with Garrett, drunken Mario Kart and stuff. But like right now,
Yeah.
we're still kind of in the...
Next one.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Well, I was like, today I was just kind of putzing around. I was like, at 3 o'clock, I could probably figure this all out. Next thing you know, it's like, Babs walks in, I got the shirt off, it's 5:15. I was like, not good.
Is that stressing?
How come the chat isn't showing up like I was on your phone last time?
We can put that on.
You paying your bill, man? Paying your...
There we go.
There we go.
Alright, Windows, what the fuck? Oh, there we go.
What I was kind of riffing on before, if you guys want to use this
Shout out
as...
from Texas.
What's up? Cheers. Who's that? Zach? My eyes are all fucked. You guys use this as a forum, a live forum. Spam it. If you guys have any questions, what should I buy? What should I not buy?
Babs, if we can't read it, you gotta shout him out, mate.
The Brew Show. Shout out to this guy, The Brew Show. He started making videos. I think he's out there in LA. Without question, he has the best production, I think. That's subjective, but you could tell he's like a videographer. He's kind of in the game. Mm-hmm. We focus more on... I try to make homebrew tutorials where like... Have you ever seen the movie Philadelphia with Denzel Washington
Long time ago.
and Tom Hanks?
Long time ago.
Tom Hanks goes to Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington's a lawyer. His number one thing is he always says, explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Just make it is... That's kind of the Homebrew for Life focus. Like when I first got into Homebrew for Life, I wanted to buy like these $5,000 cameras and get into like frameworks and motion and After Effects. And I was like, that's super rad.
Yeah.
But YouTube doesn't care about production.
No.
I care about it. When I watch videos, I'm like, I appreciate that.
You said kiss it, right? Keep it simple, stupid, right?
Dude, there's people that film movies now with iPhones.
Yeah. Babs?
Babs is behind the camera. Check out The Brew Show. I don't know your name, but I like your content.
Yeah.
Throw your channel in the chat. And this is a good thing. If you guys have YouTube channels, Wackadoo Brewing, Hell Brews, it's really important to get your channel to at least 1,000, because once you get to 1,000 subscribers, you get a lot more options with YouTube. Like for one, you could, I think you get monetized. You could do a live chat. You could start selling merch through Teespring. So put your channel in there. Everyone just subscribe to it, even if you're never going to watch it. It just helps people keep ultimately putting out more content, homebrew content on YouTube. What up from Nebraska? What up from my shit box? What up from my...
Final Cut Pro on MacBook, not Windows.
We do Final Cut Pro.
There we go.
Hey!
Hello.
All right. I finally know what it feels like to work at the Purple Church. That was a strip club joke. You ever been to the Purple Church?
I haven't, no.
Does it exist anymore?
Yeah, it came back.
Oh, really?
A couple things about the Purple Church. It's purple and it's not a church. You get all drunk and then you go over to fucking In-N-Out and stuff your face with 3 double-doubles after him.
You want a question?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, you bad kid, is thinking of harvesting yeast to lower his costs. All videos show yeast washing from your primary. Is that any good, and for how long should I harvest clean yeast?
I don't wash yeast. Go for it. You're gonna save maybe $8 to $10. Obviously, reusing yeast is a way bigger thing on a commercial scale. Mm-hmm. But as a home brewer, you're gonna save $5-10, and that's cool. We were talking about yeast last night with Donnie.
Yeah.
He was talking about He reuses his yeast.
Yep. 10 generations.
8 to 10 times.
Yeah.
8 to 10 times.
8 to 10 generations, and he uses.
And on a commercial scale, that's hundreds of dollars a pitch.
Yeah. Citric zinc. Use zinc, right?
I don't know.
Zinc citrate. He said he was using.
Yeah.
But I don't. That's too much chemistry for me. I don't know.
We could do a video on that. We're kind of
Yeah.
late to the table because there's probably so many of those videos out there. Like we did a yeast starter video a couple months ago, and it's probably, if you Google or YouTube search yeast starter, we're probably on page 8, fourth down or something. But it was a fun video to make. It was really easy. It wasn't a grain to glass video, and
Someone touching a cable.
Yeah, that might have been
You
me.
got another $10 from Lane Williams.
hey, cheers! Thanks for the
Thank
shout
you.
outs. Thanks for the love. Show us your titties.
Cheers. Wait,
Talking to you.
Wow.
Nobody else is out. I don't harvest yeast or wash
No.
yeast or reuse yeast because generally we only brew twice a month and it's generally a completely different yeast. So,
Wow.
like the last time we brewed, it was White Labs London Fog for the hazy. If you're
Right.
doing a hazy, I recommend London Fog. Before that, it was like Booze Brothers Spanish Caravan yeast, and it's not 001, it's the other one that's very similar to 001. And then the one before that, it was 001, and the one before that, it was Kvike, a couple Kvike. So it's not worth it for me to do it. If you're brewing a lot and you're doing big batches, I recommend it. But I don't know, what's yeast? $10, $5, $8?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never done it before.
Stop clicking the pen. That's my girlfriend.
Oh.
I get nervous. Start
Hey,
cracking.
Britta.
Hi, Britta. Start cracking my knuckles and I don't
No,
know.
housing yeast. I don't do it, but.
Greetings from where?
Guatemala.
Oh,
Cheers.
wow.
Cheers
Yay.
from San
Here we go.
Diego.
Guatemala.
Yeah, when me and Maury did it, Maury's like just burping into the microphone. I'm like, do you know how bad that sounds if someone's got headphones on right now?
Did he ever fall asleep?
Did he fall asleep?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I saw there was one Brajcast. He sort of sat back and closed his eyes.
That's our
And then
Maury.
he's like a micro sleep, right?
Yeah, so I texted him. I was like, hey, man, like,
He's a good guy, though.
he's a great dude. He's my great
Super
friend, but
yeah.
I have to edit out so much shit of him just burping into the microphone. And it was like cool and funny for like the first, couple dozen times.
Yeah.
But now it's like, stop doing that. Especially when you're on the mic like this.
Yeah.
But
He's a smart dude, though. He knows.
he's probably watching. Let's talk
Yeah.
a bunch of shit about him.
Nice.
No, I'm kidding. He'll be back. I don't know. What's on the... That's my dad, too. Stop clicking the pen. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't believe this shit.
Can't really read it.
No.
No. Probably a good thing. So have you ever harvested yeast at all?
Like in
Even-
the beginning, like
Yeah.
when I first started brewing, that was kind of a thing, and I tried to do that. A lot of people, another question people ask is transferring to your corny cake under pressure.
Okay.
So, generally we don't do it because we drink the beer so fast, and we
Right.
just purge the shit out of our CO2 keg.
Right.
Sanitize your CO2 keg, fill it up with, sanitize your corny keg, fill it up with CO2, purge it twice. CO2 weighs more than oxygen.
Yep.
Open the lid, pour your beer in there, crank the CO2 up, and purge it like 3 or 4 times. But back to what I was saying, saving yeast, that's something we kind of used to do. And then when we were kind of doing the fermenting, or what are we talking about?
Harvesting yeast.
No, we're talking about going from fermenter to corny keg without oxygen.
Yeah.
It was pretty dangerous. That was like the glass fermenter days,
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta, like 3 or 5 psi. Like,
Oof.
is this thing gonna blow up? Is this gonna be some like James Bond laboratory shit? And
What's the fermenter?
glass bomb? Just in
What's the
your face?
fermenters you can get now? Is it Firmzilla? And they have the corny keg plugs on the top, and you can do it all.
What's the price
under
tag of
pressure.
that? $500?
I don't know. I think it's $500.
I don't know.
It's probably like 2, 3 something. I think. But you
It's
can
not bad.
do it under pressure under that.
It's not that big of a deal if you drink a beer fast. So that's a very popular question.
Yeah.
Kevin just gave you $20.
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
NBC when you pour your next beer, he says.
NBC. That, again, that's a popular homebrew question. And if you're drinking your beer fast, I wouldn't worry about, obviously, temperature control and oxygen are the two biggest factors in beer. I wouldn't worry about oxygen unless you're sitting on beer for months on end, and we're not. Sometimes we'll keg this beer, we'll force carbonate it, and we'll drink our beer that day, which is probably a very bad habit, but
5 gallons?
well, amongst like 6 guys and 3 girls.
Yeah,
But hey, we got lives to live.
that's right. I did see a question in there. What do we think about secondary fermentation?
Never do it. Well, it's funny because adding back to how difficult that Genus Brewing video was,
Yeah.
I got a clogged dip tube.
Ah.
Yeah, because I always ferment in the keg. I always do secondary in the keg.
Yeah.
And Maury's like, yeah, put all 8 cans or 6 cans of them in there. It's like the raspberries we buy from Oregon, I think Willamette Valley. And he's like, yeah, just throw them all in there. And I was like, okay, if you say so, but like, this doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And sure enough, so I've got a clogged dip tube. The beer's pouring out like nothing but CO2. I've got a short beer line. It's like 95 degrees out. I felt like Clark Griswold, like taking his family on vacation.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, the fridge went out. My fridge went
that's
out.
right,
I had
you
to fix
said
my
that.
fridge on the fly.
Right.
So I got a flathead screwdriver and I clicked some shit on after watching a couple YouTube videos. I've gone through like 4 t-shirts. Genus Brewing, man. I'm going to get you. I'm going to show up your brewery one day and get super drunk and walk out.
How long you guys been brewing for? So when did you start brewing?
I started brewing with Chris Berry, the owner of Battle Mage, who's one of my childhood neighborhood friends. And he came back into like our lives probably 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
And he worked at Mother Earth downtown. He worked at the brew shop. Do you remember that?
I seen a video of him. You did a video in there.
It's not there anymore.
No,
it's
it's
the
gone,
best
yeah.
brew store ever. Man.
Yeah, it
was
looked
the
great.
best brew store ever. They had so much grain. They had so much stuff. They did a class. They taught people how to brew, and he got me into it. And I remember one day we were just drinking beers at Mother Earth right next door. So Mother Earth downtown was the main attraction, and then on the corner store they had a really cool homebrew shop. And I had a couple beers, and we just came back from playing frisbee golf. And
Frisbee golf?
I was like, Chris, one of my best friends, closest friends from growing up, was like, how did you get into beer and I didn't?
Yeah.
Sell me something.
Yeah.
So he sold me a $200 all-in-one beer kit. This is probably 2015.
Is it extract or grain?
It was just like extract because it didn't come with a mash tun.
Okay.
That's the mash tun's the big thing, the
Right.
big question when you start brewing. How do I make it? And I remember I was living in Lake San Marcos, and I got this box in my living room, and I'm looking at it. It's all-in-one beer kit. It was a really good kit. I'm sober now, and I'm looking at it in the morning, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm never gonna fucking use this thing, man.
He's like,
Can I keep the receipt? Yeah. And he came over and he was encouraging. In the first 4 or 5 brews, we would just do brown ales because dark beer is very forgiving.
Yeah.
When you first start brewing IPAs, it comes out. It looks like hazies. Like hazies now are funny because 10 years ago you're like, this would be a shitty looking homebrew, but now it's the trend. It's the cool kid. But we would just brew a lot of ambers, a lot of browns, and it was all extract. And then when you either get into brewing or you filter out fast. Mm-hmm. The thing about homebrewing, I don't think there's that many people that brew for a decade, let alone the rest of their life.
Yeah.
People get into it, and then people get out of it very easily for a lot of different reasons. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work. It's a job. Maury's old joke. I'm a janitor that brews sometimes.
Right.
You want to get
cleaning, right?
Do you want to give up your Saturday and work for 8 hours to get beer that you're not going to be able to drink for 2 weeks.
Right.
It's a lot of shit. It used to be a lot of shit before these electric systems came out.
It's true. Yeah.
Your wife's complaining. You got this. You're spilling shit all over the kitchen and the garage, and
right.
takes up a lot of space. I've known friends that, I don't know, you get a DUI and you just sell all your homebrew stuff.
Right.
It's just, I stopped drinking. I was talking with, do you follow Brian? Do you Short Circuit Brewing?
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I started brewing. I started the channel with a guy. Originally, it was supposed to be like 2 or 3 people. And he's like, one guy just stopped drinking on me. Oh. I was like, dude, we just made this man cave and bought all this shit. And and I got to edit all these videos by myself. So there's just a lot of reasons to get out of brewing. I think a lot of people get into brewing because they want to open up their own brewery. Yeah. And then once you kind of see your town is saturated with them, and you go to your local breweries and they're not as popular as they used to be, you kind of lose that passion. Everyone's got that dream, that back burner, like, I want to open a brewery. You think it's just like this Willy Wonka chocolate factory of, like, 24/7 party, but there's a serious reality.
Oh yeah.
I've never even worked as at a brewery in production.
Yeah.
I've only been on the beer pouring side because that's just more lucrative. But I would say it's like one step down or maybe 2 steps down from like working construction. Yeah. There's a lot of...
it's manufacturing, right? It's a manufacturing position. It
depends on your system. Like, I remember, mashing in with Maury on a big scale, and, you got a 4-foot paddle, and it's 800 degrees outside, and the mash is 150 degrees in your face, and you've got headbands and sweatbands and stuff on, and you're grinding.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
What are some of the positions that you saw in a brewery? You've got the head brewer.
What do you mean?
Like Maury, right? But then what is everyone else doing? Like
cellar work. Cellar work is a big generalization. Literally means anything. Cleaning kegs could be cellaring.
Yeah. So you could sit there all day and just clean kegs.
Yeah. There's people that do that. There's people that sit on, bottling lines all day. Like, Homer Simpson job. Just make sure this shit doesn't, fuck up. And if it does fuck up, it's on you.
Right. That's generally... It seems like Mike from Culver was saying that you got to entry level somewhere, and then if you want to get to,
that guy runs the best program ever. I could probably get him back on. I would love to have him back on because he does his class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. And
one of our buddies teaches at a local junior college. And an interesting fact about this, he was saying he went to Cal State San Marcos.
Right.
Our buddy Mike, he's on some of the videos. He works at Culver, owns Culver, head brewer, part owner, in Carlsbad, which is where we live. And he runs a night class thing that pretty much guarantees people jobs. And he was saying that he works at Miracosta, which is a junior college, and Cal State San Marcos, which is a 4-year college. Mm-hmm. He was saying that the teachers are better at the junior college. You know why?
Why?
Babs? Property tax. So if you look at Miracosta, they get a lot more money, right? Cardiff, Rancho Santa Fe, they get better teachers. I'm not saying that. I've had teachers at
full-time.
I've had teachers at elementary school, junior high, high school, college that some were good, some were bad. Some went through the motions and just handed you the syllabus, and some people actually made it a point to teach and get through to the students. But he was telling me that the teachers at the junior college are better than when he went to Cal State San Marcos. And property tax, rich cities, good junior colleges. And back to what his thing was, who we're talking about, he runs a class that pretty much gets people entry-level jobs at big breweries like Lost Abbey and Stone. Mother Earth, maybe? Probably not anymore.
I don't know. I think they're manufacturing here, though, right? Or aren't they in Idaho or somewhere like that?
I mean, the big breweries, any business, they'll always prevail. It's like a class thing. It's relative to, life in general. I mean, Stone's kind of hurting. I know they lost their Germany location.
They're German. I don't know about the East Coast one. Like Philadelphia or
Well, they
something.
put a lot of money into that Berlin or that. What do we got here?
Didn't the locals not like that style, their style of beer? Was
That's. You gotta have a big ego, or you gotta be crazy. But like generally in Germany, they drink very light beer, 4% beers, and just stoned to go over there and think like, you're not worthy. Yellow fizzes for pussies. You know their whole mentality. That was their mentality in the 90s.
Yeah, but it was a bold move. I mean, when they went to Germany, that was like one of the first American breweries to open up in Germany, though, at the time, if I remember correctly.
I don't know the story that well, but I heard it was pretty isolated. I heard it was pretty hard to get to.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of like maybe like a more of a amusement park.
Richmond, Virginia has a Stone.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be still open.
The thing about Stone, a lot of people don't like them because of Homeboy's name. He's kind of a megalomaniac. And here's my beef with Stone. When Stone came out in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, their whole motto was, you're not worthy. Like,
Okay. I wasn't around then, so I wouldn't have known.
they actually had, bumper stickers and shirts. It would be the gargoyle. It's like, you're not worthy.
Right.
Pretty much drink our beer, our 8% beers, you pussy.
Yeah.
What is Stone doing right now?
Hard seltzers, probably.
I don't think Stone will ever do hard seltzer. Not that bad, but like they're
Not
on,
that there's
they're
anything-
on tour collabing with Metallica, promoting
Yeah, they are.
Enter the Lightning, which is like the lightest beer ever. So
A 3%er or something.
it's just it's a super light. Everything that they talk shit about 20 years ago, now they're like,
Times are changing.
oh, let's make these Mexican lagers. Let's make these German pilsners and really light, cheap beers and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you're just trying to make a buck. You don't have the integrity maybe you once had, but at the end of the day, there's no real reason for me to support Stone when there's a lot more mom and pop breweries out there that could use.
Like these guys.
Who's that?
This is Virgin.
I love Virgin.
They're in Carlsbad.
Love Virgin.
You drop by there, say hi.
But
tell them Homebrew for Life sent you.
But here's the thing. It's cool to hate the rich guy. It's cool. It's always cool to hate who's ever the guy on top. Stone built a fucking empire through beer.
Someone just wrote. Did you read that about Stone? Can you read that out?
Stone is going after any brewery that's Stone in their name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Keystone, right?
Yeah,
Keystone.
No, they rub a lot of people the wrong way. Well, Keystone came out with a beer that just said like Stone on it, even though Keystone's been around since what?
Yeah, ever.
Yeah. Stone does have like a lot of layoffs and stuff. Like we know some friends that have been fired pretty drastically. Like here's your severance package, and we actually knew the girl was like 6 months pregnant, and I was like, fuck, man, that's a.
You got a question about chilling?
We're playing one side. What up?
So with the heat out here right now, how long does it take to chill down your wort with the pre-chiller? Is it just ice in a cooler or water and ice?
I am the ice warlord.
Ice is always best. Yeah.
If I was a boss in Mega Man, I'd be Iceman. That was the worst joke I've ever said in my life.
That was a joke?
Duly noted. I always have like 30 or 40 pounds of ice, and I have 2 fridges, and this is kind of my girlfriend's in here. This is all... I don't buy food. I just eat takeout for every meal, but she's got her vegan stuff, and I eat the smoothies, but this freezer is just all smoothies.
Right.
And then in the garage, I always have just blocks of ice in the freezer. So to answer your question, yeah, the tap water last month it's finally cooling down.
80s.
Like when I was showering,
Yeah.
I didn't have any of the hot water.
No,
turned
me
on.
either.
You didn't have it either. You didn't have it either, right, Beth? I talked to you about
not
that.
cold.
And I would literally turn it on, and it'd be like 80 degrees, 75 degrees.
Are we doing an NBC?
Is that Britta?
Is that Britta?
She's
Are we doing
talking
an
shit.
NBC? Because
Dude, I gotta work at 5 a.m, man. But yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Britta's talking shit on Stone.
Oh.
She said what?
They're talking shit on Stone.
Oh, I thought she
They
said
laid
stop
people-
talking shit.
They laid people off during COVID, and people on maternity leave.
Stone does that like every 5 years. They'll just like make a drastic change. And I actually knew some people that worked in the kitchen there because they have the kitchen off Nordal. And not the best of stories, not the best of experiences, not the best of management, but it's a beer company with hundreds of employees. I'm sure that not everyone's happy. Fuck, most people hate their jobs anyway. Like, you know.
They don't call it a job for nothing.
What?
They don't call it a job for nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What else do we got? Did the Brew Show? Did he plug his? Did he put his?
Who?
Is anybody like promoting their YouTube channels in there? Is anyone putting links? Babs, can you put our video from last night? Take it from YouTube and put it in there. If anybody wants to watch our hazy raspberry milkshake. It was all the keywords. We're just trying so hard.
It was good though. Like I was really surprised.
You get another one?
I'll get one in a second.
Go on,
Yeah, I started out with that. I was actually really surprised. That was the first hazy milkshake IPA, if you want to call it that.
That was the hardest because I'm a pretty gangster DIY fermenter because I had
Yeah.
two things going. Because you can ferment in your fridge with your
Right.
temperature control,
Right.
but what are you going to do with your beer in there? What are you going to do with the stuff in your freezer? Everything's going to melt unless
Right.
you have a third fridge. I would need a
Right.
third fridge.
Craigslist for all that.
I can't. I'm not putting another fridge in my garage,
No.
and not until I buy a house or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not allowed to drink beer in my garage. I wasn't allowed to have electricity in my garage. I Jimmy rigged all those junction boxes and shit.
Okay. Was that HOA or something?
The landlord lives on site, man. He just fucking hates me, as he should.
You'll take your money there.
Pay the rent on time.
What were you
What is
saying?
it? Surly, Minneapolis completely shut down. NBC, Lane Williams. Whatever we got in front of you. How we doing on time, Babsy? You got any
I
more?
fucked up.
52 minutes. That's how
52
long I'm
minutes?
gonna go.
Hour and a half. Una Mouse, what else we drinking? Gimme. Beer monster. What else? What was that? Let's do it.
Alright.
Talk a bunch of shit. Let me see what I got in my fridge.
Alright. What are the... Babs, read out some of the questions. I need glasses.
Let's see.
I have glasses, let me just say that. Do I wear them? No.
Did you crack an old granddaddy from 5 years ago?
Sure, why not?
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Alright,
What
go.
would the beers of the cast of Super Mario drink?
What would Peronis?
Right.
Let's see any other real questions.
We're doing this.
Alright.
Guys, remember this? Brothers Keeper, Easy Ride to Rosarito.
I love that one.
You like this one?
Brothers Keeper is like my favorite from all their stuff.
Sour brown ale aged in tequila berries. Want to get that on the... that's
Gonna open it? Oh.
Yeah.
There's a few different Brothers Keepers that are just amazing.
Is this Booze Brothers?
Yeah.
Garage Bros.
Wow. Alright, dude.
Tasters?
Yeah,
Same glass?
Sure, whatever.
Same glass. What's the ABV?
What beers do you have planned next to brew?
None. No more grained glass videos. But smoked trout.
Smoked trout?
Smoked trout ale or
Maybe you should ask what kind of recipes you want to see, like
food recipes.
beer.
Hangover cure food recipes.
Meat pies. Sausage
Oh.
rolls.
We should get that from an Australian.
You brought me
Yeah.
some meat pies.
Yeah, we
Those-
don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
that.
Did
We
you
don't
eat
have
them?
that.
They were super good.
They're really good, right?
They taste kind of like a bagel dog meets like a chicken pot pie.
So, chicken pot pies here
Which
in
sounds
the United
amazing.
States are absolute garbage. Absolute
Oh,
garbage.
that
I'll
guy
fight anyone about chicken pot pies. They're
He starts
garbage.
talking shit about America. He's been here for like 6 days.
Exactly. If there's anyone in the chat who has had an Australian, New Zealand, South African meat pie that are all good,
So good.
and then you've had an American
So
meat pie,
good.
hell, even Canadians know how to make them properly.
Even the ones in the gas station. in
What's a
Australia.
Canadian?
Oh,
It's amazing.
it's the chicken pot pies. You eat them here, and it's just I don't know what comes out of it, but it's
Pretty cool graphic.
Watery.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Steak, mac and cheese, and bacon.
What?
First Kvike run.
That's a kavike. This is a kavike.
No, it's not Kvike. I'm just reading some
Oh,
some shit.
Holy shit.
Someone asked how important is it to mess with water chemistry?
Huge. It's absolutely
Yeah.
huge. I'm way more of like a DIY Jimmy rig guy than I am a recipe development guy. Like I so wish we can make videos where it's like, hey, we have the exact same recipe, but for this batch we're going to use like Cali 001, or this batch we're going to use Kvike yeast, or this batch we're going to use hard water, or we're going to do soft water. I just don't have the time. I edit all the videos. Grain glass videos take forever. I would love to do that. In short, to answer your question, hard water, like we use a lot when we do IPAs, we just use tap water because Carlsbad has very, very hard water. And then
what is that? Is that high in something, or what is that? Because I try to get the RO water, but sometimes for IPAs I will use the tap water.
What is it? Rhino? Send your tap to that lab thing. And then
Pop Pico. Yeah, I just saw someone. They're pretty good.
What was that?
In San Diego. Sorry about meat pies. There's a place in Escondido.
Chat's going pretty good. Oh, that beer's good. Did you try it?
I haven't tried it. All I smell is tequila and
I'm telling you,
something.
dude. If a beer, tastes how it's described, it's a good beer. Sour brown ale made in tequila barrels. That's exactly how I would describe it. Probably not the tequila barrels.
You can smell tequila. You can. I don't know if it's tequila or the barrel or what. It smells like a very weak tequila.
Here's how you try beer. Here's how you try wine. I was a wine business major at Sonoma State. Check it out.
Ooh. Are you okay?
That's how you break it open. No, that's how you like
the
break.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Do you know who that is?
No.
It's a good start.
That's really good. And this is probably like 3, 4, 5 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They used to
That's
do this
really
for every
good.
anniversure.
Do they still do it?
There's several
I don't know.
types of Brothers Keeper.
That's your favorite one?
This is really good.
I can't remember them all.
Can you buy these?
Whatever new one they have, like
They're out of
I
all
think
the
they might have like a secret.
super
Secret stash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
come out, but that'd be
ASMR.
What's this?
ASMR. You can just sit there on the mic
Yeah,
one night on Twitch.
That shit's kind of weird.
Drinking.
Shout out 707. What's 707? Oh, that's
Is that Nevada?
no, it's
702
no,
is
it's
Nevada.
NorCal. It was Runner Park. It was Petaluma.
Oh, okay.
That's where I went to high school.
Really?
Did I just say something about
yeah, where you went to.
Sonoma State? 707. All right, I'm an idiot. 707, man. That was Santa Rosa.
Someone said, "What beer is that?" Oh, come on. Booze Brothers, Vista, California.
Yeah, but I don't think you can get it.
I don't think you can get it. Try their other beers though; they're pretty good.
Well, back to what we were saying the other day. Like we were talking to Donnie. It's like, what's your number one selling beer?
Right.
Tropics.
Right.
However, whatever it takes to get that thing in circulation of people on the East Coast and Texas, Idaho, all 50 states, do it because it's a great beer. It is a great beer. Mm-hmm. Any more questions, Babs?
I'll tell you a few there.
What's your go-to brewery?
I go to 3 breweries. I don't even know any breweries in San Diego. People are like, "Hey, you know that brewery in Mira Mesa?" I'm like, I don't think I've ever been to Mira Mesa to drink beer. Booze Brothers, Battle Mage, which I can't go into because it's very difficult in California right now because you have to have like patio seating and a food truck. We're a very, very bad place to have a business right now. We're the exact opposite of, I've heard of like Michigan and West Virginia where you don't even have to wear a mask. The rules to drink at breweries in California right now, well, they just allowed 25% of people to go back inside. But before that, you had to be outside and you had to get food.
Yeah.
And some breweries just can't offer those amenities.
There's a lot of places
Which
that
is
were
fucking horrible and
anything
heartbreaking.
food truck. People were spending money to build outside, get all these
Dude,
permits.
food trucks are the first to go, man. Like, which food trucks are still around? Nobody. None of them.
Is this your opener?
Is this yours?
Is this yours? Is this yours?
Yeah, my dad gave it to me.
Oh
It was a
yeah.
hand-me-down from his grandfather.
I'm sure
I
that's
don't
something that That's a good. Wait, no, that's a really good hand-me-down from son to father.
If we're opening up a brewery, we're going to Costa Rica.
Dude, I love Costa Rica.
You been to Costa Rica?
Oh, 100 times.
Oh,
yeah.
he used to do Chippendales?
Shipping tails.
What did you used to do?
No, I worked on cruise ships.
He used to work on. I
Chipping
know.
tails.
Yeah. He used to work on cruise ships, so he traveled the world. What, in your mid-20s?
Yeah, early 20s.
So you know all the countries, Baltic
Yeah.
Seas, and all
Yep.
that stuff. And
Yeah, Baltic Sea. I did Alaska, Mexican Riviera, all of the Caribbean. Went to all the islands. down
that's
there.
crazy.
I tell you what, like if you're talking about beer, I drank a lot.
Let's talk about that. We've had it with this goddamn beer shit. Tell me some crazy stories.
Someone said about. Sorry, I just saw it. Karl Strauss Red Trolley. When we were talking about a brewery opening up, and they've got to have one beer. Red Trolley Karl Strauss is something that I associate with Karl Strauss. I don't know any of their other beers other than that one.
I think they used to be. Obviously, everybody used to be bigger before the
Right.
whole craft beer surge.
Right.
But I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I
either?
used to
Oh.
drink it a lot before.
Carl Strauss
Blues Brothers.
Red Trolley.
Yeah.
I think they had accounts at
I think they're at
Petco.
like Disneyland too. They have like some exclusive.
That's a big account.
One at like California.
Right.
What's the other one? California.
Here's a question. Here's a good distribution thing, which somebody was in my ear the other night bullshitting me. But it made sense. And we're talking about
Right.
the best beer accounts to have.
Okay.
And I thought
If you're a brewery.
if you're a brewery, and I thought it would be like Petco Park or baseball stadiums or concerts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, the best beer account to have is the Del Mar Fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I said, why? He's like, because there's 6 to 8 races a day.
Oh, you mean the horse racing?
San Diego County Fair.
Yeah.
San Diego County Fair. The horse race, the grandstand
They
stuff.
changed the name.
Texas Braj meetup.
But if you think about it, like if you go to a Padre game, you
Yeah.
drink your beer, you chill out. You have maybe a beer every 3 innings or something.
Yeah.
You don't really want to get up or do it. When you're at the horse races, in between every race, there's like a half an hour, and everyone's running to the bar,
You're more. Yeah.
and they're spending more money than ever. It's like it's got like a Vegas kind of like vibe. Like the more money you have, the better time you're gonna have.
Right.
It's pretty bougie. Like opening days. Everyone's-
Who's got
Yeah.
the biggest douchebag hat? Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
Well,
How
yeah,
much were your fake
if you go
titties?
to, I don't know what it's like in a lot of different other places in the US, but if you go a lot of the baseball stadiums that I've been to, they'll have the big commercial breweries, but then they'll have a section for, the local brewery. Like if you go down to
yeah,
Chula
$14
Vista,
craft beers at Yankee Stadium, or $14 Coors Lights at Yankee Stadium.
yeah, but I mean I don't know. If you go down to Chula Vista, where they have a lot of the large concerts down there,
Yeah.
they'll have a whole section of just local breweries there. They'll
It's
have Coronado, Stone. They'll have
St. Archer.
St. Archer, Ballast Point. They'll have all the local beer. I don't know what it's like with other places. Like,
Dude, I went there one time and all they had was St. Archer.
really?
St. Archer was a brewery that kind of started out kind of like Black. I don't know if you guys have heard of Black Plague in Oceanside,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like just get like 10, X Games guys with a, trillion followers on Instagram and all come together and use that influence pretty much to sell beer.
Do you know Tony Hawk has a Black Plague one now? A beer?
Tony Hobbs.
I saw it.
Did it take him 6 months to think of that? Tony Hobbs. But that's what St. Archer was before Black Plague.
When does that brewery open?
There's 2 types of breweries. People that get into breweries for the money, get in, get out, and then people that get into breweries because they want like their kids to work there and for it to go on forever. And Black Plague is not one of those spots.
This is coming from 2 guys who don't own a brewery, but still,
Well,
been around
the
been around the bush a little bit.
Sure,
yeah.
everyone's got 10 years ago or 5-6 years ago, everyone had like the make a million, just gold rush 49er idea, and it worked if you were there at the right time with deep pockets.
Right. Why do you think there has been an explosion of breweries? Everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. In Australia, I know they've got an explosion.
Because the profit margins are insane. That's how beer works. You could
Yeah,
the
but-
profit margins on beer, alcohol, or cocaine or drugs are insane. Like if you buy lumber or whatever, you have to it's pennies to the dollar. If you want to buy meat or whatever, you're not making that much money. If you actually can make the bigger you scale up, whether it's
Yeah.
drugs or alcohol, the more money you make, and if you can sell that, you're scot free.
You don't think there was an explosion of breweries because, obviously, your point.
The
also
worst thing
too-
you could do is make 5-gallon batches like us. Homebrew for life. It's like-
but also to the ability for supply chains throughout the world, where you have the access for, say, if we were to start a brewery, there's more suppliers for equipment. there's more, equipment in general.
It boosts
and
the
the
economy.
prices come down. Like, I know I there's a YouTube channel, but there's a brewery in Australia called Flame and Galah, and they do that how they started their brewery as a home brewers, right? And then they had people coming over every day, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, okay, let's do a round of funding and we'll start a brewery. And then
you have better posture than me.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my back's killing me having
I'm
a
listening.
posture. Yeah, but they had their journey on how they started their brewery. They would buy things from China, but the only reason why they could start their brewery is because the cost of starting a brewery had come down for more professional equipment. I don't know if I don't know.
Sure, that's a good point. And my girlfriend, I was gonna say my sister, my girlfriend works at a place.
Weird.
It's called Local Roots. It's Hot Kombucha. You
That's
know what
really
they do? You know what they move into?
What?
They move into breweries that have gone out of business. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they've already dug up the floors. They've already
Yeah.
poured permits. They've already have. You'd probably be buying their brew house. You're probably
Right.
buying their fermenters
Right.
and all their stainless steel. But if you start from scratch, like when I interviewed Battle Mage about this, it took them a year to get their lease.
Oh, wow.
Because they could have this Initech office space company that comes in and they just have to plug in internet and stuff, or you
Yeah.
want to get a brewery that comes in that's got to hack up your floor. You got to get all of your neighbors have to sign off on your new neighbor coming in is going to be selling beer, which means you're going to have people in the parking lot smoking cigarettes. You're going to have this and that. So back to your minimizing startup and problems.
Mm-hmm.
Move into a brewery
Or restaurant or coffee house.
that's gone out of business. Now, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Sometimes it works, even on the restaurant scale, and sometimes it doesn't. I've seen places, I don't know if my dad's still watching, but there was a Mexican food place that was across the street from his house. It was called the Yellow Coyote. Babs, you remember that? Bombed. It was brand new. It was a brand new building. It was where REI was and Islands over there in the Forum.
Islands went out of business.
Islands went out of business? Anyway, this Mexican food place went out of business, and then Casa de Bandini came in. Same Mexican food. They've all got the same menus. Hour wait. Crushes it.
Yeah.
Crushes it.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, if you're a brewery that's moving into a brew house, you're doomed, or you have... Some buildings are doomed to fail. Like big buildings, like the Stag and Lion right here. Some buildings that are too big, and their rent's $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
You're not
It's
gonna
location though, right?
You gotta have $20 fucking admission to get your UFC tickets.
Yeah,
just
I
get
remember
people
that.
to the door. Like
I don't know.
less is more.
Babs, you got any questions?
Pops caught that. Dad, is that accurate? Was it Yellow Coyote?
Yep.
Yeah.
Said yep.
Yeah, there'd be like arcades that went out of business growing up, and then they move in like a new arcade, and it would go out of business in like a month. It's like, what'd you think was gonna happen? Like what,
Wrong
How do you
channel.
make a hard kombucha? Oh God.
Hard kombucha.
That's a whole-
It's very difficult to make. I've never made one, but I'm around it and I get it.
Yeah.
Once you make the SCOBY and you get it, it's on.
The SCOBY's the big deal, right?
SCOBY's the big deal. Once you get it going, you literally just like it's your
Right.
culture for anything. You can just shit out booze and
When are we starting from scratch? Okay.
it fades away.
Yeah.
I thought about doing hard kombucha, but it's like the ultimate grain to glass video. But as far as hard kombucha goes, I think it's a good thing. And I think it's still kind of the wild, wild west.
Second fermentation. I never do it.
I think as far as kombucha goes, I think it's still the wild, wild west. Like, there's 200 breweries in San Diego and 3 hard kombucha places. And we know about all of them.
Juneshine,
Brewcraft and Local Roots.
Boochcraft, and Local Roots.
Right.
I like, of all of those 3, I like the local, not just pumping tires, but I like the Local Roots. And a lot of people I speak to like the Local Roots. Juneshine's pretty good, but it's too sugary.
I'm not allowed to talk shit about anything except
Not that I don't. No, I like.
I'm kidding.
Roots of all.
I'm kidding.
No.
But we got to kind of be. I have to be. When I work at a bar, I can't tell. Someone comes in, they're like, "Is this brewery good? Is that brewery good?" I can't say yes or no. All I can say is that Local Roots is very good kombucha.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it, yeah. Someone said they make hot kombucha, but...
What do you say? Green Flash closed up in Virginia Beach as well? I did not know that.
Oh, really?
That's big news.
Didn't it happen a while ago?
I did not know that.
Can you get on YouTube on this so we can see the questions?
Get what?
Can you pull up YouTube on your phone so we can see the questions?
Sure.
Yeah. Can you...
Stop kombucha with potassium sorbate.
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Did the Padres win tonight?
I don't know. You guys should start a HB online club.
We do. It's called Homebrew for Life on YouTube. All right, so here.
Turn that down.
So does that help you? Is that any more different? Who's that?
Oops, sorry.
John Booth? What was his name? Rhino? David
Flip it up
Clark?
the other way. Flip it up the other way.
Dude, my phone sucks.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait. Started from scratch, but we own the building already. I think, okay, so that is Anthony Diafta. I think owning the building is a massive leg up in starting a brewery over leasing a building.
If you're selling beer,
Well, yeah, well, I mean, if they're doing an outfit...
just because you make beer doesn't mean it's going to sell.
No. It's a big leg up when you're starting a business like that because, sometimes you might have to go through the slab or you have to create drains or whatever. I think something like owning the building, you don't have to go and get permission to do it. What happens if you lease a place and you say, okay, here we're gonna drill through here, we're gonna make through here, and then be like,
I think it's a great idea owning the building if your
Yeah.
business is extremely successful. But if you're starting out and you just want to put more money into something where you do not know if it's going to sell or not,
yeah,
is extremely risky and something I would never.
Okay. Christopher, Green Flash moved into a closed-up brewery in Lincoln, New England.
Where's Green Flash from? Isn't that Alpine?
San Diego.
They're from here.
They started up.
233 was their first building.
It was?
Where it in this,
And then they bought Alpine and they took a bunch of
well, they moved down to is that Mira Mesa?
They
Wherever the big
opted with a
ones are.
full restaurant and abruptly closed up shop.
I get
about
lost
a
out
year
of you,
ago.
like Dogfish and Green Flash all kind of
The Green
confused.
Flash building in San Diego is like the size of a Costco. It's massive.
They were the original
Yeah.
guys that started the 4-packs, right?
Nova also makes booch.
More beer for less. Get off your phone, man. You're being rude, man.
I'm just trying to read the questions, bro. Okay, I do a non-hard booch in my...
Babs, here's the question. Get off your phone. Babs, here's the question. It's got bad manners.
We're talking about booch now.
No more booch. No more booch. No more booch. What are you doing for the next video? I think I'm doing DIY temp control in a bathtub. I am the DIY temp control warlord.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I'm also going to talk about the thing that you have.
Anvils.
Yeah, pretty much put a wetsuit over your
Oh,
fermenter.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, think about what is wetsuit material? Nylon?
Yeah.
Neoprene.
Neoprene,
It's what?
yeah.
Neoprene.
Neon.
And it keeps
It holds
temperature whether it's cold
Yeah.
or hot, right?
Yeah, it's like a buffer.
Kavike.
Right. Good. Do you guys ever do protein rests? I have no idea what that means. Is his name CH?
QH.
QH. We're cousins.
Protein rest, right? Kavike. It just said
I don't know what
Kavike
that means.
question mark.
Kavike?
I like brewing with Kavike. I've recently started brewing with Lutra. I brewed a lager with that. You tried it with the Aussie Gold.
You had really good beer.
Yeah.
I liked your hard seltzer the best.
Yeah.
Best.
And then...
I didn't like the homebrew you brought over tonight.
Yeah, no, it was shit. I didn't like
Yeah,
that
it
either. Yeah,
sucked.
forget that. That's why I brought it over.
That's
You
why
get
you
rid of
brought
it? Just want to get rid of it?
Would you like, this is like Citra Pale. I was like,
Yeah.
It tastes like a barley one.
Yeah, it tastes like cat piss in a fucking can. It tastes...
It tastes like a nickel learned how to take a piss. Sorry,
Lutry. Someone just said Lutry, yes.
Hey, enough about us. Where are you guys from and what are you guys drinking tonight? I saw
Swamp Cooler?
Guatemala and Nebraska earlier. Cheers to everybody. Most underrated beer style?
That's a good question. That's actually a great question.
Pale ale?
No.
It's like
Pale ale?
above the lager, but like Yeah, and like everyone likes it, but it doesn't really get love because it doesn't have.
Kolsch. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good lawnmower. It's a hot day. You drink it. It just, I don't know. Kolsch, I like underrated Kolsch. Would I brew one tomorrow?
All I drink is really light beer, West Coast IPAs,
Yeah.
juicy, hazy IPAs, and sour beers. I
Oktoberfest.
don't like Belgians. I never really got into malty beers. Babs likes.
Well, that's Saison. Do you drink Saison?
That's a Belgian. I can't stand Saison.
Really?
I just taste the bananas, man.
It's so easy to find a cluster.
Porter, if I'm not.
I love a
buying
porter. Yeah. If you can find a nice dark beer stout porter,
Waco, Texas.
nice.
Cheers, Braj. With a name like Lane Williams, you're from Texas.
I think brownies are kind of like, if you have a real good one, then I can.
Brown ale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not that many. Like,
There's a brown
really
ale
good-
from Montana called Mistral. You know the
Yeah,
one?
I've-
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's
Mistral.
from Missoula.
Missoula, yeah.
No, I've definitely heard of that.
Yeah.
Battle Mage puts a lot of emphasis in their malty beers.
AleSmith has that good nut brown.
Yeah.
I don't go for browns, but when I have.
Yeah, you do. You drink browns.
Wow.
What do you drink?
Easy- Only the booze one. Easy Rider.
Easy
but
Rider?
I don't think it's been on for.
Drinking left eye, right eye. Okay. Hefeweizen is banana and clove.
I don't drink Hefs either. I don't like Hefs. Hefs or there's a lot of wheat in Hefs. I like wheat when it's with kettle sours.
It's on citrus and pepper.
But you can't do it. Moose Drool. These guys know it.
Moose Drool, yeah. Moose Drool was bomb. I like that
It's
one.
from Montana. Maybe you called
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You said Missoula. Is that
Moose Drool
Montana?
from Montana, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay, so what are the moose? I don't know that many
That's back
brown
to your
ales.
point. That's back to your point. As long as you get one beer on the map, you're cooking with
Yeah,
grease.
that's true.
Moose Drool Brown Ale.
Yeah,
Everyone knows about
everyone knows about it. But
That's a brown ale.
name another beer from that
it.
brewery.
They can't.
They can't.
Right.
So I think if
Doesn't
you get,
matter. It'll get you there. Tourists will.
Deschutes,
Black
Black
Butte
Porter.
is good.
Deschutes was my favorite brewery and beer for like 2 or 3 years, and I kind of burned myself out on it.
Go to West Coast IPA.
Swami's. I want that.
That's in my fridge right now.
I want a 7% beer from Swami's, and I want it to look like straw, like gold, like Coors Light.
Seldom beer.
Pizza Port's the shit, man.
Pizza Port has a
Pizza
good
Port,
operation.
sure.
They're pretty good.
What's
They're
up?
like the first ones that really.
Texas
Are they
City
older than
drinking
Stone?
lady.
You know, we still go to Pizza Port. I don't. They're older than Stone. That's a good
Pizza Port
question.
have been.
That's a good question.
They're- What? What's the question?
Everybody knows about Stone, but nobody really knows about Port. Even though I
Pizza Port?
Yeah.
heard they do ship their beer to Australia.
They
And
do?
I've seen it in LA
Yeah.
and in places up north.
What at Coronado? They've
They, all over Petco Park, all over
Coronado.
Carlsbad.
They're in a lot of states now. A lot of the south.
Pizza Port's the shit. You know
Pizza
why
Port's
Pizza Port's cool is because we still go there and we have friends that go there, and
Word on Bill.
they're not corporate. Like they
They're so hyper local.
they hook people up.
Beer's named after surf spots. Like
Carlsbad Chronic. Carlsbad. Hey,
hemp
still-
ale, you know. Carlsbad Chronic's the shit.
Yeah. They had a really good Japanese beer.
Well, the thing about Carlsbad Chronic, Babs, is the only
That's
reason I
not
don't like it
the
because it's kind of low in ABV. Like if I want to do one malty beer, an amber
Yeah.
or a brown, I want it to have a kick.
Right.
I don't want it to be like a session IPA
Right.
ABV.
Oh, by the way, anyone from Australia? Cheers.
What time?
By
is
the
it?
way,
Sorry.
yeah.
It was a
What's the
guy.
time now? It's 7, nearly 8 o'clock here in California.
Another 10
So
minutes
that's maybe, it's like 2 or 3.
We're at 120, Babs.
to go. Yeah.
We're at
1
120.
o'clock? What time is it back home in Australia? East Coast, not West Coast. No one lives on the West Coast. Sorry to anyone who lives in Western Australia.
What's Honeybee?
Honey, babe. Bee, babe.
It's 12:53 p.m.
Had Pizza
Thursday.
Port. He had Pizza Port in Tokyo.
Pizza Port in Tokyo.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they would love seeing that comment.
Taiwan?
Shit, I want to drink a Pizza Port beer in Tokyo.
God, I want a Pizza Port pizza now.
Actually, Japanese. I'm down for Japanese beer. I support
Rice lagers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice lager?
Rice lager is really good.
Me and my dad went out to dinner the other night. We were drinking Sapporos at Blue Ocean.
Oh, yeah? Down in Carlsbad Village?
Yeah, took like an hour to get a table, but yeah, it was cool hanging out.
Huh? Do they not know who you are?
Why would they know who I am?
You're kind of famous.
Shut the hell
Yeah.
up. Don't ever say that. No, we were just drinking Sapporo's though while we're on the subject.
Sapporo's, yeah. Kirin is pretty good.
What's the best sushi beer?
Kirin Light.
I like Tsingtao, but I think that's more of a Chinese food.
Tsingtao is Chinese
With the green
from Hong Kong, I think. Yeah. No, rice
I
light
think
is really
Tsingtao
good.
tastes like Yingling.
Honey oak pizza.
Which Yingling though?
The Yingling that you brought over.
Oh, okay.
Back to beers that you only need one of, right? Everyone knows.
That's true.
Yingling's
the oldest
brewery or the style?
Yingling, I think, is the brewery.
Or the name. I know it's a lager.
It's the oldest brewery in the United States.
I think I know that, but is Yingling the actual name of the beer, or is it the name of the brewery?
I think it's the brewery. Yingling Lager. Yingling. Yeah, I think it's the name.
That's a good question.
Someone has to tell us. Someone Google. For sure. Yingling is the brewery. There
Yingling is the brewery.
Thank you.
So there's no name. It's just the style. I'd imagine it's just like
The Brew Show. He's got you back.
Who's got the back?
Yeah.
Brew Show. Plug your channel in there. Everyone subscribe to
Yeah.
the Brew Show. Get this guy his subscribers up so we can unlock some more
Yingling,
stuff.
Pride of
Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So my neighbor, he's a trucker, right? And he goes all over the country. Every time he goes over to the East Coast, Pennsylvania, in where Yingling is made, he'll buy like 3 or 4 kegs.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's coming back, he'll bring them back, and then he'll leave them in his fridge for when he comes back. Because you can't buy it on the West Coast. I think it's like Western Mississippi.
Is that the cutoff?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's their rule.
That's
I think,
the cutoff?
don't quote me. It's what I'm told. I'm not telling you it's the truth. That's what I've been told.
What was that?
It's not. I don't know if it's the truth or not. It's just what I've been told.
West of the Mississippi.
Yeah, someone could tell us that. Brew Show. I'll check it out.
Was that CH again? Brew Show.
Have you guys ever had Mississippi mud?
Yeah,
Black
that was.
can.
Is that Louisiana?
That was like it was like
It's a
the
fun
porcelain
drink.
growler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to-
Shit, man, that was like the high school beers, like Purple
Is it
Haze
still
and
around?
Mississippi Mud, and
Black and tan.
Black
Yeah.
and tan. Yeah.
then you're a 17-year-old kid and you drink it and you got to put it on like your
Yeah.
dresser to look cool, like right next to your incense, right next to your Nag Champa.
Your black light poster.
Yeah,
Yingling
right
Porter
next to your
is
empty
great.
bottle of
I
Hypnotic
should try
and
out there in Fresno.
what was the
You
shit in
can
high school where they put like gold flakes in the bottle, Goldschlager.
Goldschlager, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, there's like my trophies of
Sticker trading.
times I got invited to a party.
Tell us a bit more about sticker trading.
About what?
He just said there's a lot of people doing sticker trading.
Sure.
Yeah. Tell me, what?
I don't have stickers.
I don't know, but he's just saying.
I got a bag of stickers.
A bag of
We got to
stickers.
send some packages out. People have sent them stuff in the last month, and we'll get around to do it. Just
Made a homebrew for life sticker.
Taiwan in the house.
Oh, nice.
Taiwan in the house. Cheers from San Diego, Taiwan.
What's a good beer from Taiwan?
Couldn't tell you. I'd imagine it's all probably light lagers, and
Yeah.
like when Dan went to Vietnam, he said it's just all
It's all lagers.
light lager. It's
But
just light.
lagers take so long to make, right? You think everyone would? Is it depending on the grain that they have access
Like
to? What's
craft
the deal?
beer, craft beer lagers are they take longer, and you have to have temperature control, which isn't a problem in a commercial brewery.
Yeah.
But like a Vienna lager looks like completely different than like
It's like water.
I don't know how Coors Light or Bud Light makes their beer. I imagine there's a ton of rice because rice is like the cheapest grain. I imagine there's a ton of
There's a lot of
filtering.
rice,
There's, like
Well, light literally says rice on the box.
Yeah.
does it?
I
They
met a
probably
guy
have like flash ways of doing things at this point.
So about 12 years ago, I met a guy who.
Someone give us a Budweiser from 1920. I want to drink.
I met a guy who
Compared to the
owns
shit now.
farms, rice paddy farms in Louisiana, and he would have. This is what he told me. If it's true or not, I don't know. But he would have a dedicated train rail to where his paddies are.
Yeah.
And he would ship out just loads of rice. That's all day long rice.
Yeah.
You know.
They like rice.
Yeah.
Is there any girls in this chat besides my girlfriend?
No.
Shout out to Britta again because
Bridget's probably coming
she's
home.
pretty cool.
Is she? Yeah, she's kind of cool. I think I'll keep her around.
3470 ale temps, amazing lagers. I will attest to that.
What was the last question?
34.
Message retracted.
What does that mean? Oh, he talked a bunch of shit and then felt embarrassed.
3470 ale temps amazing. Have you had
No more grain of glass, man. We're doing schnitzel.
3470? Is it 3470 or lager? The lager yeast. It's like a dry yeast in a pink packet.
No, but if we're talking about yeast, we should talk about the new one. What we were talking about last night. Lalamond or whatever. Has anybody brewed with
the Philly Sour?
The Philly Sour?
Yeah, I would like to.
We have not brewed with Philly Sour yeast. So long story short, for the people that are curious what we're talking about, there's very few innovations in homebrewing. Like the Kvike thing was big. Like how to ferment beers very fast. And now with kettle souring, generally it's a 2-day process. The same way we do it is the same way commercial breweries do it, where you add bacteria. So good belly is what we do. Ultimately you're infecting your beer to bring it down to generally a beer would probably be like 4.3 to 5 pH, but the good belly pills that we use is lactic acid. So there's a new yeast out now that, and it's not bacteria, there's an actual yeast that brings pH down, so you're cutting your brew day in half. And
it looks like a lot of people here. Someone said they made a raspberry sour, and it was killer.
Tom's a fan. This guy's a fan. Zach's a fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's
people.
It's a dope strain.
What's Philly Sour?
Philly Sour is a.
Didn't I just explain it?
No, you did.
What?
No.
What about male models?
Yeah.
So Babs, it's a yeast that actually brings the pH down, which has never been done before. Usually you have to add bacteria to it. Yeast and bacteria are two different things.
But it's simple sugars to lactic acid.
Yeah. Because we were looking at it last night. It was like a brick. Donnie was thinking about buying it. It's a couple $100.
Yep.
And generally, a good question, a good video would be most kettle sours, all kettle sours, you pretty much can't reuse the yeast. You don't get the same pH. Like if you try to do it again on a 3.3 pH beer, it's like 3.8. But maybe this beer or this yeast, Lalamon Philly Sour, maybe it's different. Maybe you can keep reusing the yeast as well. I don't know.
I had dances. Add dances to your brewery and off you go.
Add what?
Add dances.
Dances to my brewery?
Dances,
What do you mean? Dances with the Wolves?
Sure.
Like go-go dances.
Go-go dances, yeah. No. Fermented in New Jersey.
How are we doing on time?
Minute or two.
Quick, get your questions in. Oh, like the video too, right? Everyone give it a like.
What does liking the video work?
I think it helps with YouTube's algorithm.
I hate when people say like and smash and follow.
No. Just push the button.
Thumbs down this video.
No, don't thumbs down.
What does that mean?
That's bad.
Thumbs up this video.
Yeah. Don't listen to him. It's his first time. Don't smash it.
I never tell people to like or subscribe or whatever. I hate when you watch YouTube channels and.
You did get a few subscribers on this one.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, subscribe and at least push this thing. Push that.
I hate when I watch YouTube channels when like it says, "Hey, how to make Windows 10 or something," and straight out of the gate they're like, "Hey, my name's Jeff. If you're here, like, subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video on Facebook." It's like, do that at the end. You haven't shown me why I should subscribe yet. You haven't earned that.
Well, it's a 3-minute video and they got to do the intro for 2.5 minutes. Yeah. By the way, just do this.
I already know why I'm here because I clicked on the title.
Right.
Like your title and your thumbnail clickbaited me, and your first thing you're gonna say is like, "Hey, smash that like button and tell all your friends about me." I'm not telling you shit. I'm not telling my friends anything about you.
Says no the.
Unless you're funny.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Homebrew for Life. Smash that like button.
The next one.
All right, one more. Split that in half. All right, we're going 10 more minutes, Babs. We got a late start today.
Yeah, we got late. What do I do with this then?
NBC.
So loud.
That was loud?
Whenever you just put stuff on the table.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
That's why we're paying Babs the big bucks. Speaking of which, can we get a GoFundMe to pay Babs and Trevor tonight? So
in beer. So who we got here?
Latitude 33. Give it some love.
Another, and actually, this one was a collaboration with Steady State Coffee.
Give yourself shout outs. Connect
Yeah.
with each other. Use this as a network. Follow yourselves on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And if you have a YouTube channel, spam it. Spam it. Spam it. Spam it. The people that watch this channel are the people that actually consistently brew beer or are interested in brewing beer.
Yeah.
There's a million bullshit beer accounts on Instagram. Everyone's trying to get rich and famous off cell phone pictures and hashtags. But the people that actually watch Genius Brewing, Short Circuited Brewers, Clawhammer Supply, these are the people that
The Brew Show.
are not the posers.
The Brew Show. There you go.
Wackadoo Brewing, Hell's
Yeah.
Brews, Raul. I'm gonna go drain the main van.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, this is the point in the
Have a
Brajcast
coconut, bro.
where I don't know what to say. So, Babs, give me all the questions.
Some shout outs.
Yeah, shout outs and questions. Let's go.
Italian Brewing.
Italian Brewing?
Battalion.
Battalion Brewing? Where are they based?
Don't know. Just said
Italian.
Italian.
Where are you based? All right.
And,
Arcana. I'll give Arcana and Carlsbad a shout out. These guys. Good guys. In Carlsbad, go check them out.
what a mess.
All right. What a mess.
G.A. Winters.
Jay Winters. Are you guys from North County? Yeah, we're both from. All of us are from North County, San Diego. The best Aussie brewery. Oh, that's a hard one. You know, you got a lot of commercial ones, which are 4X and Tui's and Coopers. You know, when I grew up, it was Coopers would be the homebrewing style, as opposed to like Victoria VB and whatnot. But
Where's the delay? 'Cause you're only there right now.
There's a brewery on the Gold Coast
Sorry.
called Black Hops. If you ever see them on the Gold Coast, Australia, Black Hops, they got some amazing beers. Like, they got great variety. Foster's, get out of here. Out. No, you're right. You stay.
We're signing off, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We're gonna have this figured out next time, I promise.
So 6 o'clock again?
6 o'clock. Well, here's the thing. I got a question for you guys. There's Monday Night Football now. I'm thinking about moving this thing to Tuesdays.
Yeah.
As soon as we took a month off, we're like, hey, we're never going to give it up again. Now it's like, hey, let's move days.
Yes, Black Hops.
I want to watch some of the football. Everyone's quitting watching sports and stuff. I gave up on the NBA, but I'm still watching a little bit of football.
Yeah.
Are you guys cool with doing the Brajcast Tuesday
Yeah,
nights?
For that question, whoever brewed a Cooper's kit, yeah, I brewed one. It's pretty good.
Tuesday's perfect. Tuesday's cool.
Yeah, Tuesday's cool.
Okay, so we'll do Tuesday, 6 o'clock, and Taco Tuesday every Wednesday.
We have tacos for Tuesday. I'll bring tacos for you. And whoever.
Chomps and tacos.
That I want to do lobster tacos for an actual video. Tuesday's cool. Everyone's cool with Tuesday. Who's that? Is that Tim? Shout out to Tim.
And
Start tomorrow. I wish. I'm going back to work tomorrow. I got to.
yeah.
From Esteban.
Sorry, I missed
Thanks,
the chat.
guys.
Kegs,
Cheers,
Brewing,
Esteban.
watch the football.
I got to be in Escondido at 5:30 in the morning, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a Labor Day.
Thanks for the, was it $10 donation? Awesome.
YouTube takes 30%, but I'll still take you guys out to Grubby's and buy you tacos after a
Spicy surf and turf. It's got me.
fish burrito.
It's got me right here.
Tastes even better when the
Yeah.
Padres are kicking some ass.
See you tomorrow.
Padres
See
are
you
gonna-
tomorrow. No.
Padres-
Next week.
Padres are going to win the World Series this year,
Yeah,
and everyone's going to give them shit because like, oh, they only played 60 games. Yeah, but we all played by the same rules.
Wins a win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
wins
playing
a
by
win.
the same rules. 60
Yeah,
games
yeah.
is still a fuck ton.
Tuesday,
West
your
Coast
time,
time.
my time. We'll do West Coast time, yeah?
West
Pacific
Coast
Standard.
time. Cheers, Shannon. Cheers, Shannon Horton. Thanks for the love. Shannon hit me up today and was like, "You guys got to bring the broadcast back." I liked them and stuff, and sorry we let everyone down for that last month. We're gonna figure this thing out better.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Just like a few more kinks.
Let me send a picture of what it actually looks like. I'm gonna post it to the Instagram story. Here's the Babzilla Meister.
Maybe Patreon is cheaper, 30 cents. Real, yeah. YouTube,
We don't Patreon. We don't panhandle for money on the internet.
only on YouTube. Right?
What's up?
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a picture and I want to post it to the Instagram to see our view, so people can actually see
yeah.
like the behind the curtain. You know what? I'll probably do a production video. I think that.
Once we're not such a shit show.
That's like Brita's light. That's like a production light that's faced all cockeyed.
What do they want us to talk about?
What?
What do they want us to talk about? Like, what are some of the topics?
I don't think they want us to talk about anything. I think they just want us to shoot the shit. I think if you try to go into like
an in-depth on something.
Yeah, I think it's going to turn into, you're going to feel
yeah.
like you're in a classroom. Like, you're like, hey, we're going to talk about this bullet point or this bullet point or this
Right.
bullet point. If you're just like shooting the shit and you're talking about, you know, when you shit your pants on the first day of junior high and how you had to switch schools, I think that's
doing
fun.
that again.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Homebrew for Life keg stickers, by the way. Would
shit.
anyone pay for CH OnlyFans?
What's that mean? Everyone say what up to Babs. All right, so here's the...
He doesn't know what it is, but I'll say no. Talk about feelings and
Look at the Babs. He's got like 3,000 things going on.
Guys, go like the Instagram page, Homebrew for Life, whatever it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's the camera that would not work. 810.
Do you ever do a brewery stick? Nah.
Say it again?
Do you know of any beer kettles that can double as a still?
Say it again?
Do you know any brew kettles that can double as a still? I know that Anvil.
Distilling is super illegal in America.
They can do, if they want to do alcohol for their car fuel.
Dude, distilling in America, homebrew distilling in America is no joke nowadays. It is no joke. Like, I have... Anvil makes a distilled thing for like $300, and I was stoked on that.
Yeah.
You can't do it. I think it's a felony.
You can make
a YouTube video. Carlsbad built sign in the background. Hey, we're here. Yeah.
You can make it for fuel for your like lawnmower. So
there's loopholes, whatever, you know.
I know
some people get in trouble. Some people don't get in trouble.
There's the New Zealand company Mash and Boil. They do one, but for your fuel for your lawnmower, that's what they're talking about.
For my 1996 Tacoma, man, it needs jet engine. High octane fluid, man. Right. I can't get that shit at Arco, man.
Right.
I gotta go
so
elsewhere.
you just make it at home, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm glad that the chat was going good tonight.
Yeah.
And you spam it. Like literally spam it. Like when I see people talking to each other at this and that, I could tell that there's, you know, obviously a conversation going on. We're not involved in. You know, we're seeing this thing blow up. Well,
Grainfather as well. Yeah. Sorry.
Grainfather's. That's twice the price of the Anvil Foundry.
Well, if someone has, they can just buy like $150.
Grandfather has one as well. To answer your question, correct. I mean, it's a really easy thing.
Distilling. You guys, oh my god.
Cobra Kai, come on, man, grow a brain. Come on, dog. I am the real life Johnny Lawrence.
Still Spirits New Zealand. Oh yeah. Bunch of cuzzy bros.
Dude, it's funny. I had like a couple friends hit me up the other night. Did you watch Cobra Kai?
You know what? Don't hate me.
You haven't seen shit. Did you watch it?
They had it on YouTube initially.
They had it on YouTube and it bombed.
Yeah, but they put it on Netflix and.
Yeah, because YouTube didn't already have the existing. Yeah.
Anvil Fermenter. It just said Anvil Fermenter.
But I had a couple friends.
Get one. Get two.
Anyway, they were sending me some Johnny Lawrence shit. It was funny. Just like when he figures out how to use the internet for the first time. He like goes to a pawn shop and gets a laptop.
Yeah.
And he stays up all night like drinking beers and like trolling people on YouTube for having like bad like sidekicks. Like,
really?
Dude, this is UCH. Like, this is like... So that's it. We're gonna kick rocks. New Brajcast. We were back, but it's gonna be Tuesday, 6:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Yep.
I don't know who it is. I recycle everybody.
Guests.
Eric's been the only guy in Homebrew for Life so far that has done one thing, and that's it. Usually it's like, I have a new host, a new camera guy.
Right.
I mean, aside from me, you know, I edit the shiznit. CH, you could be involved.
Inside jokes.
Your mom's a man and your man's your mom? What?
Yeah.
Too soon? I don't know. Later, Braj Lords. Check out the
Who's shouting
Instagram.
out right now? Who's shouting out?
Nobody.
Instagram? Shouting out Instagram. Like you on Facebook.
Smash that like button. Come on down. Share it on Facebook.
Yeah.
No.
That would be great.
You don't ever have to tell anybody to do anything, man.
No.
Buy my mixtape. Yeah, buy my mixtape. I'm got 4 songs coming out on SoundCloud and $5.
You're a
a pop.
SoundCloud rapper? I knew it. I fucking knew it.
No, man. Not even like the wildest fucking universe would that ever happen. You guys need a bigger mosquito?
We're talking about Abby.
Oh, Abby? Yeah, Abby's cool. She's Abby's not my girlfriend. She's just a homie. She so it was funny because when we shot the video for like the feedback, Abby's like, yeah, like I don't want to drink one of these raspberry beers. Like I don't really like this. I'd like drink this, move on. It's like you got to be a little more pro. Like you got to like we can't take that. You know, we can't like really use that. She's cool as hell. She's always down. She's doing nurse school, night school.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get her when.
Shout out to Abby then, no?
Abby's not watching this.
No?
Abby's
She's cool, man.
She's cool as hell.
Yeah,
I've
hell
known her
yeah.
for a bit.
Is that it?
I don't know. Anybody else? How long are we in, Babs?
140.
140?
One more before I leave. Who's the dude you know that brews the mead out of San Diego?
I know a few guys. It's
Twisted Horn.
Twisted Horn.
Twisted
Vince
Horn,
Twisted
yeah.
Horn. I highly recommend that spot. It was Maury before Booze Brothers. He was at
He's a big mead guy?
Golden Bee.
Didn't he have like some medals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's got like equity in a couple companies. Golden
the
Door?
Abbey NBC. Is
Hunt-
Moonglades one? No. Are they mead?
I don't know. Cider and mead are kind of like the redheaded stepchild, right? Like we don't know what kombucha is yet. Kombucha is still kind of the wild, wild west. You can still, make a million. I don't really know if cider ever got cool or got popular, and I think mead's kind of in that same boat. But mead's a weird thing because it's like 12%.
How do you send beers to you? How do you send beers?
We have a P.O Box. It's all over every one of our YouTube videos. And eventually, if you guys send us something, we'll get back to you. I'm going back to work construction tomorrow. I'm going to be working jobs out in the fucking desert for the next 4 days. And I have everyone's return address still in mind. And thank you to Greg Winters, who sent us some stuff. Brendan, I did his podcast. He sent us some stuff from the East Coast. And Travis Morin, he sent us some stuff. And I keep your letters and I post them up all over the office. It's really inspiring. And you get a Christmas card for your grandma. You're like, did I throw it away?
Someone just said they moved to La Jolla and they want to know the best brewery. I couldn't delete
Best
it, but
breweries to check out.
yeah, best brewers to check out. Yeah.
You tell us, man.
Yeah.
I don't go to La Jolla.
Well, if they're in La Jolla,
Not in La Jolla.
not in La Jolla. Yeah.
I'm afraid of the
Go
fog these
north.
days. Yeah. So, hey, we're gonna cut. Who's on payroll? He's not on payroll. But cool.
Alright.
Everyone.